There exists historical accounts of individuals whose malevolence knew no bounds, leaving behind a trail of devastation and horror. From tyrants to sadists, their actions have left an indelible mark on the collective memory of humanity. Prepare to journey into the macabre as we unearth the ominous destinations where the most wicked souls find their eternal repose. My name is AJ Spatola with MA, and here are the top 10 terrifying final resting places for the most evil people in history. At number 10 is Genghis Khan. Our journey commences with the infamous Genghis Khan, a name synonymous with conquest and dominance. However, the mystery surrounding his ultimate resting place is as perplexing as his legacy. Contrary to the ostentatious mausoleums of other historical figures that you'll get to see today, Genghis Khan's burial site remains a deeply guarded secret. Deliberately concealed to avert any potential desecration, the details of his interment are veiled in ambiguity. Historical records are inconsistent and contradictory, highlighting a sense of intrigue. Some accounts propose a mountaintop sanctuary as his final abode, while others suggest his remains repose beneath a river's tranquil flow. This deliberate confusion echoes the shroud that cloaked his life, revealing a complex tapestry of power and ruthlessness. Genghis Khan's indelible footprint on history is undeniable, yet his elusive resting place mirrors the enigmatic path he carved through the currents of time. If you're enjoying this video so far, please support the channel by pressing like, subscribing to Most Amazing, and ringing that notification bell. At number 9 is Joseph Stalin. In 1953, when Stalin took his final breath, his corporeal form found a home in Moscow's Red Square Mausoleum, nestled beside Lenin. This eerie cohabitation of a man responsible for uncountable demises with a revolutionary leader is a testament to the paradoxes of history. Yet, as social winds shifted, so did the narrative. In 1961, Stalin was unceremoniously ousted from the mausoleum, finding a new repose near the Kremlin wall. The once grandiose homage faded, replaced by a subdued grave, an embodiment of evolving perspectives. Stalin's legacy endures, his sepulture a haunting reminder of the past, where veneration metamorphosized into contemplation and horror dances with history. At number 8 is Osama Bin Laden. The name itself conjures a storm of memories and emotions, inexorably tied to the horrors of September 11, 2001. Bin Laden's journey ended not in a grand fortress of evil, but in an inconspicuous compound nestled in Abbottabad, Pakistan. This nondescript hideout, where the orchestrator of one of the world's most infamous acts of terror took his last breath, exemplifies the eerie dissonance between the enormity of his actions and the banality of his surroundings. Following his demise, the United States faced a peculiar dilemma: how to handle the burial of a man responsible for unfathomable suffering, whose gravesite could serve as the hub for his followers. The solution? An eerie and unceremonious departure from tradition. See, instead of a terrestrial interment, Bin Laden's body found its eternal abode beneath the waves, submerged in the depths of the Arabian Sea. And after a rabbi had proceeded with any rituals ascertaining Osama's faith, as to not stir any more unnecessary anger. At number 7 is Kim Jong-il, the enigmatic and notorious leader who helmed North Korea from 1994 until his passing in 2011. Kim Jong-il's legacy is woven into the threads of oppression, human rights violations, and an insidious personality cult. His reign, characterized by the suppression of dissent and the manipulation of information, earned him a place among history's most nefarious figures. But what about his resting place? It can be found atop the secret Mount Paektu, a formidable stratovolcano straddling the borders of North Korea and China, where Kim Jong-il's mausoleum resides. A monumental structure echoing the orchestrated mythology he meticulously crafted during his lifetime. It's as if his mysterious aura persists beyond the veil of his demise, as his final abode stands as an eerie homage to his reign of fear and control. The chilling resonance of his resting place serves as a cryptic reminder of the enigma that defined his life and the haunting grip he held over his nation. At number 6 is Saddam Hussein. The tale of his afterlife commences in the remote reaches of Tikrit, Iraq. Nestled there in a modest religious structure housing his earthly remains as his final resting place, it's actually the same spot he was born. The eerie tranquility of his burial site bellies the shadows of his malevolent past. Saddam Hussein, the once feared dictator of Iraq, who was sentenced to hanging after being convicted of crimes against humanity by his own people, Saddam ruled through tyranny and oppression. His final abode stands as a somber testament to the far-reaching consequences of his actions. The tomb's benign facade and desolate surrounding offer a stark contrast to the horrors he orchestrated. It beckons contemplation on the profound impact of human behavior in the course of history. And as we ponder this terrifying final resting place, we're reminded of the depths to which humanity can sink. Legacy and cruelty he left behind endures, prompting us to scrutinize the darkness that can reside within individuals and societies alike. At number 5 is Mao Zedong. Mao Zedong stands as a haunting figure responsible for the demises of countless during his reign. The sheer scale of his actions boggles the mind. The Great Leap Forward and the Cultural Revolution, fueled by misguided policies, led to famine, persecution, and devastation. But where does the man who orchestrated such chaos rest now? Mao's final abode is within a grand mausoleum, within a simple stone sarcophagus. Situated in the heart of the Tiananmen Square, his body lies preserved for all to see, invoking a mixture of reverence and unease. It's a paradoxical reflection of his legacy, the once powerful ruler reduced to a silent relic, his past glory overshadowed by the suffering he inflicted. And as we gaze upon the stark memorial, we're reminded that even the most sinister chapters of history find their resting places, etching through the cautionary tales of the annals of time. At number 4, Ivan the Terrible. Now what sets Ivan apart in the annals of history? Well, this 16th century Russian Tsar's reign was a chilling saga of brutality, marked by political purges, cruel tortures. It's no wonder he's earned the moniker the Terrible. As for his resting place, Ivan finds himself entombed in the Archangel Cathedral within Moscow's Kremlin, an architectural masterpiece. This might seem like an extravagant choice for someone with such a dark legacy, but it's a reminder that history, much like human nature, isn't always straightforward. The ornate surroundings mirror the complexity of his actions, a profound reminder that even amidst grandeur, malevolence can take root. At number 3 is Vlad the Impaler, history's very own Dracula, infamous for his brutal reign in the 15th century. His chilling nickname owes itself to his preferred method of execution: impalement. The unsettling final resting place of such individuals raise intriguing questions about the nature of evil. See, Vlad's heinous acts, which included impaling his enemies and displaying them as gruesome deterrents, earned him a place in the annals of history as a true embodiment of horror. The stark contrast between the horrors he inflicted and the serene landscapes that now house his remains makes us ponder the weight of his malevolence. How does one reconcile the darkness that resides within the human psyche with the tranquil surroundings that now envelop these malevolent souls? Chilling reminder that history's echoes linger in the most unexpected places. At number 2 is Pol Plot. His malevolent legacy as the leader of the Khmer Rouge in Cambodia is etched into history's darkest annals. Under his regime, an estimated quarter of the country's population faced unaliveness due to executions, forced labor, and unimaginable suffering. Now about his final abode. It's a peculiar tale that benefits his enigmatic profile. See, unlike the grand tombs of other infamous figures, Pol Plot's resting place is far from ostentatious. Tucked away in the jungles near the Thai border, he was cremated in a rudimentary pit. This unassuming pit serves as a reminder of the profound complexities of evil. See, the man who orchestrated immense atrocities finds himself in a modest grave, prompting contemplation of the legacy of malevolence and the eerie quietude that often follows. And at number 1 is Emperor Nero, a figure whose legacy is shrouded in infamy. A name that sends shivers down the spines of history enthusiasts, was not exactly known for his virtuous deeds. This Roman emperor's reign was marked by a series of ghastly actions that have left an indelible mark on the annals of time. But why the shudder-worthy reputation, you ask? Well, let's start with the infamous Great Fire of Rome in 64 AD. While the city burned, Nero allegedly played his fiddle, a move that became synonymous with apathy and cruelty. What's even more chilling is his response, blaming the Christians and subsequently subjecting them to brutal persecution. But that's not all. Nero didn't hesitate to eliminate his own mother, Agrippina, a move that's a masterclass in matricidal treachery. His questionable artistic pursuits, including singing and racing chariots, added a layer of absurdity to his sinister profile. But now brace yourselves as we approach Nero's final resting place. This is where the story makes a spine chilling turn. See, picture the mausoleum of Domiti Ahenobarbi, grandiose structure that houses the remains of the infamous ruler. It's quite a spectacle considering the scope of his misdeeds. So as we conclude our eerie journey through the resting places of history's most evil soul, we're reminded of the chilling duality of human nature. The stories of these malevolent figures stands as a cautionary tale, urging us to remain vigilant against the allure of power and corruption. Though their bodies may have found their final rest, the impact of their deeds continues to reverberate through time, serving as a somber reminder of the darkness that can reside within the human heart. Let's not forget the lessons history imparts, so that we may strive to build a world free of the shadows cast by those who once walked among us. And as always, if there's a final resting place for evil people that you think I've missed, feel free to let me know down in the comments. This has been AJ with Most Amazing, and I'll catch you all in another video.